Okay, we are live. We are recording. Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast. This is our first podcast where we actually have a name, and the name is kind of stupid, but we don't care. We like it. It's Farcasters from outer space. That's the name. That's our name. We like it. Peki thought of the Farcasters part. I thought of the from outer space part. So yeah, that's our name for now. We already created a YouTube channel, and we're probably gonna create a Twitch channel as well. For now, we're using my Twitch channel, but in the future, we're gonna probably switch to the podcast specifically channel. And yeah, I'm working on getting like banner ads and not banner ads, but banner a podcast banner and maybe like an overlay for the video, so we don't have use these generic overlays. And I'm gonna be working on actually starting like the podcast website where we're going to be uploading the audio and like connecting it to iTunes and Google Play and all that jazz. But for now, it's probably going to only be on Twitch and on YouTube. Actually, we did create a YouTube page, but I haven't really uploaded a podcast yet because last time I tried to upload it, but there was something wrong. So yeah, we're going to be uploading it soon. So yeah, sorry, Peki. Did you want to say anything?
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Actually, I thought that the video was uploaded last time, but it's okay.
I tried to upload it, but there was something wrong. Yeah, and we need to like, have some art on it or some banner or something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So first soon. You should definitely make
So I'm gonna be working on that. Actually, I'm not gonna be working on that because I'm not good with that, but I'm probably going to find somebody to like hire to make something like a banner and some overlays and stuff like that for us. So yeah, we gotta do that. I gotta learn a little bit about editing so I can actually separate the audio and video, and I can edit edit the audio a little bit. My brother is really good. He used to be a music producer, so he's gonna help me with that. So yeah, that's the update on the state of the podcast. We are working on it. We are doing stuff, and soon hopefully it's gonna be like a little bit more professional. For now it kind of looks a little bit unprofessional, a little bit dumb, but who cares. Yeah, so let's start with Peki. How are you doing today? What's going on with you?
Thank you for asking. I just came back from work, and yeah, but I wanted to do this so that I could rest for the weekend.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, me too. I guess like we're gonna do Friday every week, right?
Yeah, of course. It's
Friday,
better.
Friday
on Sunday I have to
afternoon,
prepare for the next working weekend.
And all that stuff. So we are gonna set in general Friday this time. I don't know, this time like it's 6 p.m. European time, and I don't know what that counts as American, other parts of the world, but yeah, every week Friday this time, probably that's gonna be like the scheduled time, unless something happens and we have to move it. You guys can expect us at this time on Twitch, and of course we're gonna be uploading on YouTube. So follow us on follow us on YouTube. I don't have a link set for that.
You should have put the link.
And we don't have any videos uploaded yet. So I'm gonna and we have a Twitter actually, right? Yeah, we do have we do have a Twitter. We haven't set anything up there either, but I'm gonna send a link for Twitter. That's our Twitter. Follow us on that. And on the YouTube, yeah, I'm gonna mess with YouTube later. It's not
okay.
Yeah, there's nothing on it yet, so we are gonna see in the future. So yeah, shall we begin? We don't have a lot of stuff to talk about this week, I think.
Well, yeah, actually, I just got some stuff eventually. But yeah, I want to hear what
Mm-hmm.
you have to say first, and then I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna focus on the movie part. So
Okay,
first,
okay, sure.
you tell me about
Uh,
your theory about.
Basically, about
Yeah,
my theory. What
yeah, it
theory?
says here theory: Luke Cage and Iron Fist were canceled for a team up
Oh, okay,
series.
yeah, that. Okay, okay, yes, yes.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
let's start. Let's start with that. Actually, I made a huge mistake by reading this article because it spoils the second season of Iron Fist, and it spoils the second season of Luke Cage,
Okay.
which both of which I haven't finished watching. So I was like, oh,
You
why did
spoiled
I read this
yourself.
thing? Fuck. And so yeah, that's
Okay.
that was annoying, but yeah, I decided to read it because I'm like researching stuff for the podcast, and yeah, I saw that. Basically, what happened was that they'd canceled Iron Fist like 2 weeks ago or last week, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and shortly after that, after we finished our last podcast, I think they canceled Luke Cage as well. And
Mm-hmm.
most people think, and we kind of talked about that last time. We thought it was the ratings were bad, and
Mm-hmm.
that might still be it. It might be, but there are some theories, and some people like are kind of like hinting at that there's gonna be like crossover Luke Cage and Iron Fist series together,
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
which is not unprecedented as far as I understand. I don't read comic books, that much, but I've heard there is like a comic book that includes both Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Yeah,
Actually,
there is always a comic book. If there
yeah,
is something, there is always a comic book, of
I
course.
think Iron
And
Fist and Luke Cage's name is actually Power Man or something. I'm not sure, and they have like a kind of a duo task force, fighting force, or
oh,
something like
yeah,
that
there.
in the comics.
Yeah, it reminds me of
Hmm.
different spin-offs and different series. I mean, I don't read comic books as well that much, but I've heard
Hmm.
there is always something, and I think it's okay. Really, that they can, but they can form a team or something. But I feel like everyone can create a team of superheroes. The
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
feel, yeah. I mean, really, you can connect anyone with anyone
yeah. It
else.
doesn't
So
have to be from the comics, but I guess maybe they're going to take some of the storylines
mhm.
from that comic or something. Who knows? Yeah. So there is that. So basically, this news, don't read it if you don't want to get spoiled. You know,
Yeah,
on the
I don't plan on
endings of
reading it.
yeah.
As I
Don't read
mentioned,
don't
the
read
last
that.
couple of times, I don't plan to watch Luke Cage and Iron Fist
Oh
unless it actually
yeah,
teams up and
Iron.
becomes good. So
Yeah, I
maybe.
told you Iron Fist. I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but yeah, I watched it basically. Luke Cage. I don't know. I watched a couple of episodes. I guess I started watching something else, and that's why I switched. And
Mhm.
that's why I'm not. I haven't been watching it yet, but I plan to return to it definitely.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Sometimes I feel like I'm acting a little bit elitist, as like, oh,
Uh huh.
I'm not gonna watch that. These shows. I'm just gonna watch the popular ones. But really, it's the time that I don't have, and maybe maybe I'm. But
Yeah,
really,
you gotta like
if I were
decide.
younger,
Yeah.
if I were 10 years younger, I would definitely watch these shows. So that's just
You
my.
gotta decide what you want to watch. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. I gotta decide if I have the time to watch anything, but it's okay.
Of course, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I get you, man. Me too. Like, but the thing is, for me, I'm kind of since I have like you don't have Netflix, I have Netflix, so I basically, I just run around with my tablet, and I like when I'm shaving, I'm watching a TV show. When I'm like, when I'm doing some housework, I just put the tablet in the room and I'm watching the TV show and stuff like that. So it's kind of like I'm optimizing my time watching watching the TV show and like doing exercising and so on. So yeah. Um. Anyway, that's it. There's nothing too much to talk about there. I guess if
Mhm.
they do decide to do that, that might like boost the ratings of both fan bases. Although
Yeah.
probably it's the same fan base for both, but I guess like it might be good. Who knows? I'm not particularly excited about that, but who knows? We'll see. But anyway, that's just shortly I wanted to mention. It's not much to talk about. But next topic, I talked about Maniac a couple of weeks ago. I started watching it, and I finished
How
watching
did you
it,
feel about it?
and it's a resounding meh.
Man.
I like the show had so much promise and it was beautiful and there was like some cool stuff going on and like psychological thriller. They're trying to resolve their issues and stuff like that, but I don't feel like it went anywhere, to tell you the truth. Like it was an okay show, but I guess maybe my expectations were like there was going to be something really profound and something like really cool at the end. Yeah,
Depersonalization or
yeah,
something.
and stuff like that. And I didn't really get that.
Kind of reminds me, like, the Wayward Pines that started off really good,
Oh yeah,
and
Wayward
you know,
Pines. Yeah.
and it ended. Actually, I don't think the show will continue, unfortunately. But
No, I
I mean, it
think
wasn't that bad.
Wayward
Yeah.
Pines had a second season. Do
Oh,
you
you
mean
didn't
second?
see the second
No,
season
I
of Wayward?
haven't seen the second season. I
Well, maybe it's
I
better.
kind of liked the way the first season ended, and I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was a
I don't
self.
really want
Yeah,
to see a second season.
it was. I expected that the second season. The obviously the worst thing about the first season is that, spoiler alert, they killed the main actor.
Oh
Matt,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So,
Matt
but that's
Damon,
okay.
not
That's
Matt
actually that,
Damon, Matt
that actually
something.
made the ending very good, on its own.
Yeah, it was
Obviously,
good. I liked the ending. Although like those monsters were super weird, but I liked it. Yeah.
yeah. In the second season, you'll see that they are more like, never mind.
Okay. Yeah.
But the point is that, in the second season, the guys who inherited that, they were more like basically Nazis, but not in that sense. That I
Mhm.
mean, they were more like children, and they acted childish, and
Well,
it's
yeah, but
just
that was
it.
the point, I guess.
Yeah,
They
it was
were
the point, but it just
actually.
seemed like, I don't know. So it wasn't
Mhm.
a bad season. I liked it,
Mhm.
and they sort of made it appear like there would be a third season. And I was hoping that in the third season they would finally resolve and find some kind
Mhm.
of balance in the way to coexist with
Mhm.
whatever these creatures. But they didn't, and it's okay. So, but
Yeah, I'm.
obviously,
I
I
guess
noticed that that's
I'm
something that
not interested in watching the second season, to tell you the truth. I kind of like
it's
see
okay.
it as a
It's okay. I don't
one
mind it.
season
Really,
show, and like that was
it just shows
I
that,
liked it that way.
some most TV shows
Mhm.
start really well. They're
Uh-huh.
like, oh
Yeah.
my god, we're gonna have such a good thing, and then they either fail, in the sense, they either make a complete story in one season, or they fail to make it appealing for people to continue watching it
Mhm.
for more than a couple of seasons. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that's happening. I don't know if that's just me, but that's what I'm noticing, really. And
Mhm.
I have the feeling that many TV shows are gonna try to, in order to get the ratings, the good ratings and stuff, they will try to get a really good first season, and then sort of, they will run out of material,
Oh,
and
you're
yeah,
talking
or create,
about
yeah, any
True Detective, I guess. That's like a
yeah, I
big
don't know.
example for that. I hear it.
You've seen it, I haven't
I
seen it.
haven't watched True
Yeah.
Detective, but I hear everybody like hated on the second season. Like first season was awesome, second season sucked, and so on.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think a lot of shows, if it's really really
Mhm.
good, they could actually not only focus on the background story or something, but also the character development. So
Mhm.
there is some consistency. I think it's missing, at least in the Wayward Pines, if I remember, and some other similar shows. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
I guess so. So yeah. Anyway, Maniac. I was not impressed with the like later part or like ending
Mhm.
of the
So.
season. I mean, I guess maybe my expectations were too high or something
Mhm.
like that. It was a good show. Just I expected more. That's it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I can't really talk about in detail without spoiling stuff that happened. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about it because I did discuss it already.
Mhm.
No need to talk too much about that. One more thing about the TV news that I have, and I'm done with that. Is Daredevil dropped this week, season
Mhm.
3, and yeah, I talked about it last time. I said that I wasn't sure how it's gonna turn out if like Wilson Fisk is still going to be like a cool, um, you know, cool villain.
Mhm.
If there's going to be like problems, issues like from the second season, and I must say it started out a little bit iffy. Like first and second episode, like Daredevil is kind of struggling with his religion and stuff like that, and I'm like, it's okay, but I wasn't like a huge, like hugely interested in that. Wilson Fisk also started out a little bit weird, but yeah, I think it's growing. I watched like I think the fourth episode, and there was a crazy fight scene. Of course, you gotta have a hallway fight scene in Daredevil, and
Obviously.
crazy hallway. I mean, the fight scenes in Daredevil are. I'm not a huge fan of action. I'm not a huge fan of fight scenes and stuff like that. But Daredevil are really good action scenes, really good like choreography. Shots, how they like. I'm trying to explain this without spoiling anything, but there's like a big, let's say, prison escape.
Okay,
It's
scene.
it's
Yeah.
seen, and like how they follow the characters and then run from room to room, and like the prisoners are attacking each other, and they're like punching each, and the camera is like following the two guys, and there's like all the stuff happening around them. It's really, I really got into it when I watched that episode. That was like last night, I think. And the story is progressing quite nicely. Wilson Fisk, I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio, like is
Yeah.
doing a great job. He's kind of ramping up the character, and I think it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
he is. But you told me last
It's
time
yeah.
that his story arc is more or less over, if I
Well,
remember.
I think they are kind of managing to create a new story arc. I think they are working on it. I mean, up until the fourth episode, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but it seems like they are building up. You
Okay.
know, building him up. So I think it's gonna be interesting. The drama between Matt, the Daredevil, and his, have you seen Daredevil? No.
I've seen the
Yeah.
movie, not
Oh,
the
not
TV
the
show.
movie. Oh
So.
my god. So the drama between him and Foggy and Karen Page. I hope. I mean, it's not super interesting, but that wasn't like the main draw of Daredevil
Yeah,
anyway.
I noticed
So yeah.
that in the Flash, there is this drama between.
In what?
There was it in the first few seasons between the Flash and his
The
like
Flash?
girlfriend,
What are we
and
talking
yeah, the
about? We're
Flash.
talking
You
about
have you seen the
Daredevil.
Flash? The
Yeah, but
Flash.
I'm not talking about the Flash.
I know, but I'm
Uh huh.
telling you, there was a similar, moment
Uh
where they
huh.
focused a lot on, the him and his best friend slash girlfriend, and
Mm-hmm.
then the friend and stuff, and so on. So yeah, and actually it was good, but I'm
It can be
actually
done
connected.
well, but I'm not feeling this like
Yeah, so maybe
sometimes.
this
Yeah.
kind of romantic moment is
Mm-hmm.
not very successfully introduced. Maybe, or maybe people are not interested in it anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm personally not that interested in it.
Yeah, yeah,
Who
yeah.
knows?
I guess maybe some
Mm.
people are super into that. I'm just not super into that. So yeah, who knows? Yeah, but yeah, it's well made. The
Mm.
cinematography, it's pretty cool. As one stupid thing happened that I didn't get why it happened, is uh, like again, a little bit of a spoiler alert, but I'm not giving away any of the like any important thing. But in one point, Matt steals Foggy's wallet,
Mhm.
and for some reason he goes into the prison and impersonates Foggy, and he says, "I'm a lawyer. I came to see this guy." But Matt is also a lawyer. He also has like a lawyer's license. I don't know why he impersonates Foggy to get into the prison. Like, I guess he wants to stay dead or something. I'm not sure. It's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he's like
It's
he dies in the Defenders. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
spoiler,
he,
major spoiler
he
alert.
dies. Defenders came out 2 years ago or last year. So
Yeah,
I
I don't
expected
care about
expected
that.
most people watched it. So yeah. Anyway, he dies and he comes back to life. Who cares? Okay, but yeah,
Obviously, there are so
it's
many
it's
coming back to
mhm,
lives. Yeah.
yeah, superheroes. What can you expect? So anyway, Daredevil is ramping up nicely. I think it's gonna be a good season.
Mm.
I guess a lot of people already seen the whole season. I'm like a little bit slow. I don't binge stuff on Netflix. I don't have the time,
Mm.
so it's gonna take me at least a week to go through it, and maybe more. So maybe next week I'll tell you my impressions if I finish by then. Okay. Anyway,
Yep.
moving on to unless you had any TV show stuff to talk about.
Yeah, actually,
Mhm.
not really about TV shows because last time we mentioned about Sabrina, so I didn't want to.
Sabrina, yeah.
Yeah, actually,
It came
now
out. It came
today,
out.
yeah,
Yes,
the,
yeah,
the
today,
first episode
yesterday.
aired today, so people who are interested in watching it, and I said I might be watching it,
Let me
but
check Netflix.
yeah, see whether
I
it came
think
out.
it probably came out. Yeah.
Yeah, so it came out today. That's what I saw in the news. So I don't know. Maybe I should watch it, but as I told you, strictly no time. And I think from what I've checked online, the ratings seem to be rather okay and
Mhm.
actually really good. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. If it's just an ordinary teenage drama, which the original was, it would be okay. But I don't know.
Actually,
It's more like
Sabrina is a
thriller.
Netflix original, so all the episodes
Oh,
are out.
oh,
The whole
okay.
season is out.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
good.
I
That's
just
good. So
checked it.
maybe yeah.
So yeah, we can watch it
I really need to
immediately if you
buy
want.
Netflix. Really, like one day, not because of Sabrina, but just in general. So yeah,
I would give you my password,
but
but like
no,
5 people are already using my Netflix.
no,
My
I
whole
don't need to. I
family is
don't have the
using it.
time to watch
Yeah.
anything really. So I don't really have the
Hmm.
time to watch it
Yeah.
already. So it's okay. Yeah, never mind. That's about TV shows. We
Hmm.
can
Yeah.
forward to
Move
the
on
movies
to
if you are
movies.
okay with
So
that.
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. So do you want to start with movies?
Actually, you can start. Yeah, I saw
Okay,
here
so
you
yeah,
had some
I
topics
sent you
about.
some. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I saw this like nothing important, just something that I thought was interesting. Chris Pine, I think that's the guy who was
Star Trek.
Star Trek, yeah,
Star
James
Trek.
T. Kirk. Is basically what's the name? Bruce, Robert the Bruce. You know, that's the guy. If you watched
Scottish too.
if you watched what do you call William Wallace Braveheart,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the
Hmm.
guy that was kind of like I don't know, I think he was portrayed rather badly in
Oh, okay. So now
Braveheart.
he will be portrayed in it.
Yeah, but he was actually the guy that William Wallace died and his rebellion like failed, but Robert the Bruce was the guy who actually liberated Scotland, you know, and he
Okay,
was like
so
one of the first kings or first king like after that and all of that. So the story about him seems interesting. Nothing special. I don't really know the story that well. You know, from history books, I remember a little bit, you know. But we have Chris Pine is in it, and who else was in it? I forget. Somebody else was in it. Famous. We're gonna see. Just
it seems interesting.
yeah.
If they provide a good historical overview, it's okay. If they make it a dramatization too much, then maybe it could be okay. But I think Chris Pine is a good actor, not the best. I appreciate
Mhm.
him in the role of James T. Kirk, which he did okay, really,
Yeah.
compared to the original.
Although
So yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the Star Trek
of the new
movies.
Star Trek.
Yeah,
Mm.
New Star Trek movies, J.J. Abrams. But yeah, he's good. He's a good actor. Just I'm not a fan
Yeah,
of the
so he I
direction that
believe
they.
he was able to do okay, and he did not disappoint, which is good. Obviously,
Mhm.
people had a lot of expectations. So just a couple of days ago, I rewatched a couple of Star Trek movies, and I had some free time. But yeah, definitely this. He will always be remembered as the guy, in Star Trek. Fortunate, hopefully, or maybe we'll see. But I think he's trying to expand his
Yeah,
how would I say?
I actually
Yeah,
wasn't he in Wonder Woman as well?
yeah, but Wonder Woman is just one moment he died, and he will probably be in Wonder
Okay,
Woman
spoiler. I
2.
haven't seen that movie.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he comes back in the second. Oh,
Okay,
spoiler.
spoiler.
But yeah, no,
Crap.
probably he comes to, but no, really. So it's you know
Hmm.
um, it's okay, but your these actors are mainly remembered for roles that are either very unique to one movie, or in this case, in a series of movies like Star Trek. So I
Star
believe
Trek.
he
Yeah.
will probably be remembered as Star Trek.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Like, I guess
you don't
maybe
think so?
I
Yeah,
never really thought about,
you,
you know,
yeah,
that
but
that much. I was
even if
just,
you have.
I don't care about him to tell you the truth. I was just interested in this movie. You know.
Well, that's the point. If you have the
Hmm.
if you have very diverse portfolio,
Hmm.
people will mostly remember you for one or a couple of roles, even if you do have. So, for example, Han Solo and Indiana
Hmm.
Jones. So definitely in that case, but and so on and so on. Okay, coming back to the topic, you said you have another movie, and I
Oh
sent
yeah, I
you. Yeah.
saw this, and yeah, I'm going back, kind of going
Why?
back to TV shows for just a bit. I
Okay.
saw this, and I finally decided to. So I saw that they are making Legendary, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm again not a big fan of Legendary. Uh, is making My Hero Academia the movie, live action
Okay.
movie. And I've never seen My Hero Academia before. I
Mm-hmm.
I heard about it. Everybody's crazy about it. Best anime ever. All that stuff. And finally, I decided like a couple of days ago. Let me take a look at this what the hype is about, and I can see the appeal. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's an interesting like shonen anime kind of like kid who is like he doesn't have any powers and he works real hard and he does his best and he gets into this hero school like classical shonen stuff. It's
Exactly.
fun.
No. Mhm.
It's interesting. I can see why people like it, but definitely not the best anime I've ever seen.
Okay.
Not even close. You know, but it's fun. It's fun. I can see why people are interested in it. It hits all the beats. It's
Mhm.
uh, concise. The thing that I like it's very concise. It doesn't have long stretches of arcs and like in Naruto or Dragon Ball or those stuff. It doesn't like overextend with the story
With the
arcs and
story
crazy
develop,
like
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
It at least so far, as far as I've seen only 6 episodes so far.
It's Yeah. I think
Hmm.
people like it for the fact that it's the story about starting from zero to hero. Simply put,
Yeah,
literally,
exactly,
that's
exactly.
literally. So he starts and he develops. Even though he
Have
doesn't
you
have any
watched it?
powers. I've seen
You've
some
seen it,
things
huh?
on
Okay.
YouTube, a lot of reviews and stuff
Hmm.
about it, even from last year. And I believe that I think it's now in season 3. I'm
Season
not really
three, yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so some arc, let's say arc because it's an
Hmm.
anime. So now it's another arc, tournament arc. We have those tournaments. Always,
Of course, you
it's
gotta have a
not
tournament.
very
Where
yeah,
Shonen, it's like not original at all. You know what's going to happen, but
but it's
still,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
fun to watch. Yeah.
exactly. So people are used to those kinds of things, and they said the guy Gigak, that's the one I follow on YouTube. He said, "Oh yeah," he said this. There is still something good about these fight scenes and so
Hmm.
on and so on. So it still kept the people on a certain level not
Hmm.
disappointed. But the fact that this is happening, what you mentioned, the news, I'm not really sure whether that's a good choice.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a weird anime. Like, for those of you who don't know, My Hero Academia is kind of
Mhm.
like an anime where, like, it's in the modern world, and people started this exhibiting like superpowers, or they call them quirks, and
Mhm.
like most people have some type of power. So kids, of course, want to become superheroes. So there's a kid who doesn't have any powers, but then he works really hard and he gets into this superhero school and so on, blah blah blah. So that's the thing. But the animation style is weird. They have like really like strange characters and it's kind of like One Piece in a way.
Mhm.
A little bit
Yeah,
reminds me a little bit of One Piece in the animation style, although it's different, but reminds a little bit of the weird, quirky, crazy characters that look kind of like some of the characters are like almost like monsters or
mhm.
like yeah, stuff like
So
that.
yeah, that definitely
Hmm.
focuses on the fact we mentioned
Hmm.
last week, and that's the fact that not every anime, or not maybe any anime, should be tried to be made into movie. Some of them could work,
Some
some
could,
could,
but yeah.
some could, but
Hmm.
not all of them, and definitely not these kinds of types that are very different from the realistic
Yeah, yeah,
depiction. And they
definitely.
should
This is.
remain like
Hmm.
that. They're amazing piece of art and shouldn't
Hmm.
be made into live action movies unless they want to do it. But that's okay. That's a
Yeah, kind of like
completely different.
kind of one when we talked about Dragon Ball. Also, like
Yeah,
Dragon Ball also has like weird, crazy characters and aliens and stuff like that, and it's very difficult to transfer that to live action because of all of that.
Exactly, and I don't even want to mention it. It's just
Yeah.
a Dragon Ball Evolution. That's it. I don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
talk
we
about
talked
it.
about it enough
No, I
in the
really, I really don't like
last
that
time. I
movie.
think
I
we
don't want to
discussed
talk
it as
about
well.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I
So
wanted, I wanted to come back to the topic of
yeah, yeah.
movies.
So Legendary
Okay.
wants to make this.
Yeah, yeah. What do you? Okay, what are your final thoughts about that movie?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, the problem is, I think this is gonna be like an American production. So Legendary is an American company, right?
Yeah.
So they want to do like a Hollywood movie out of this, which might be good, might suck terribly. I can't really say. It's very difficult. I guess they have to tone down the zaniness, the craziness of the
Mm-hmm.
of My Hero Academia, but that's kind of its charm as well. So if they tone it down, they're gonna lose some of the charm. If they play it up, it's gonna look weird. I don't know. I don't see it
So
being
it's
a
really
good movie.
difficult. That's what. Yeah, it's really difficult to
mean,
transfer
I
such
guess
anime.
it's possible if you're a really good director, if they have a huge budget or something like that. I guess they could do it, but I don't know. I
Okay.
don't see it being good.
Okay. So I have.
Yeah. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna watch it if it comes out. But yeah, I don't see it being good.
So yeah, I have some movie topics that I
Sure. Okay.
really
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
to share. Okay, so I shared with you first. I want to talk about. You said that you didn't like Suicide Squad, but now
Yeah.
there is a sequel called Birds of Prey, and it might get
Birds
the new
of Prey.
title. Yeah,
Mhm.
really. I think it's a sequel to that, or maybe it's
Mhm.
just an individual movie with Margot Robbie and other girls. I'm not really
Mhm.
sure. So, but uh, anyway, they said it. That it is going somewhere, which is
Mhm.
good. And what I want to say is that they added the Venom cinematographer. So, meaning that
They added who?
Venom's
Ah,
cinematographer,
the Venom movie
not the Venom
cinematographer.
character
Mhm.
yet.
The Venom movie
So
cinematographer. Okay. Okay.
could be a spin-off, but I want to watch it. I told you there was something peculiar about that whole thing and that whole weird psychotic love
Mhm.
between Joker and it is really psychotic. There is no other way to say it, between Joker and Harley
I
Quinn.
think you're the only person who was interested in that
I,
story arc.
maybe some other people as well. So definitely, there will be these other girls who will be very crazy. And it kind of
Mhm.
reminds me of some anime that I cannot remember, but there is definitely something similar with these crazy anime girls. I don't know.
Mhm.
So it's interesting for those people who like it. I think that it might offer some glimpse into these
Mhm.
anti-hero girls or the
So
bad girls. I
these are
don't.
all like kind of the characters in this movie are kind of villains, kind of like Harley
Yeah,
Quinn or something.
sort of. I think, but maybe they're gonna do something good.
Oh, you
And
have Black Canary. I think I remember that she appears in Arrow.
yeah,
Huntress, I don't know that character. What other characters are there? I don't see any
I don't know.
other.
They haven't
They haven't
actually
announced a
given any
lot. Uh-huh.
final information. So it will
Mhm.
be in 2020. So who knows what might happen by then.
Mhm.
However, something that is very closer to here is something that I really like the most: Godzilla 2, or is it? I think it has a different name. I don't
Godzilla
know what
2,
they
like
actually.
the sequel to the Walter White. What's the character? Walter White. What's the actor's name?
Oh, what do you mean? King
The
of the
actor
Monsters?
Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston.
Bryan
The one,
Cranston.
the Godzilla with
I
Bryan
know, I
Cranston.
know.
Is that
Uh
one
huh.
the sequel to that?
The sequel to 2014 Godzilla. I'm not really sure which
I
one
think
is
that's
it.
the one, right?
Yeah. So basically, the name of the movie is Godzilla King of Monsters,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw the trailer with Millie Bobby. I always forget her name.
Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah,
Millie
yeah.
Bobby Brown.
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
So I
Oh,
really.
that's the trailer
Yeah,
for
that's
Godzilla.
the one I
Yeah, I
told you
saw
about.
that. Yes, yes, yes. Uh huh.
So Godzilla and Kong Skull Island sort
Mm-hmm.
of merge into one bigger universe, which is something interesting.
I
Everything is
haven't
so gigantic.
seen Skull
Yeah,
Island.
you should. It's not
Is it
an
good?
ideally good
Mm-hmm.
movie, but it's not very disappointing. So it's okay. And obviously Brie Larson, if you want to watch her before
Oh,
she
you
comes
got
out.
the hots for Brie Larson, I think.
Now when
I
she's
think that's
the
why you wanted to talk about what's her
yeah,
name?
not really
Captain
that much,
Marvel.
but she did a very good job in that movie. So I think she will be the good Captain Marvel. We'll see.
Mhm.
So, but this is just big. Literally, the movies, the monsters are huge, earth-shattering monsters. And when I was, maybe until a couple of years ago, I was like, nah, I'm just too tired of these huge monsters. But now I'm kind of into it again.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know about you. So like, do you
I
like these
was
huge
I was
monsters or like?
never really into it. Like since maybe the last time I was into it was when I was like 10 years old or something. I think.
Hmm,
Oh, what did we get? Oh, we got a cheer. Oh my
what
god.
does that
Thank
mean?
you for the cheer, Moriarty
Thank
TV.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta pay out Peki for half of this cheer actually. I
No,
have
I don't
to,
even
like
know
next
what to
time I
do with
see you, I'm gonna give you 15 bits in
cheers.
Serbian money. That's
Okay,
15 dinars.
that's a
Thank you,
lot of money.
Moriarty TV. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah. Um. So what were we talking about,
Okay,
please?
we were talking about Godzilla, King of the Monsters,
Godzilla.
and I
Yes, yes,
asked you.
yes.
You said you were
I
never
was like I
into big
was never
monsters.
really a huge fan of monster movies, all that.
I was actually, this might sound strange, but I was a huge fan of the original Godzilla from
Hmm
1996.
hmm
Uh,
1996.
I think that was,
That's not
I
the
think,
original Godzilla. The original
not the
Godzilla.
original, 1998, sorry, but the American
No,
one.
the American one. Okay, Matthew Broderick.
Yeah,
That's right.
with Matthew
Okay,
Perry,
okay,
even though
okay.
he did sort of okay. And when I
hmm
was a kid, this was okay. This is a good movie, really good. As a kid, I really loved it, but I didn't even know that there was the original Japanese version then. And I liked the music and everything. So for me, it was a good movie. And maybe for many people, it wouldn't be a good movie since it had some faults. I agree, and the design of the monster was not to everyone's liking. But for me, the person who's never seen the original Godzilla before and
hmm
known anything about it, it was really good. So at the time when I was 8, this was an amazing movie.
hmm
Now coming back to this, why am I mentioning it? I believe that for the younger generations today, this new movie might also be like that. So the
hmm
Godzilla from 2014, together with Kong Skull Island, they sort of are, I don't know, maybe they will join up and fight in some other
hmm
future movie. But never mind. In this movie, the point is that Godzilla will fight against King Ghidorah, one of its biggest enemies, Mothra and Rodan. Basically,
Okay, I
this is gonna
think I
be a huge
remember
fight.
that from the Japanese like. Did they appear in
Yeah,
the
obviously
Japanese?
there were these new what do I say monsters, let's say. And what I wanted to say is that I believe kids these days will actually uh, find it interesting as much as I found the original one.
hmm
I don't know. That's just me. Um, what else? Yeah. Okay. The point is that in this movie there will be an in canon graphic novel prequel. That's the news for today. I'm just gonna type it in.
What do you mean in canon? Explain that.
So basically, they
Okay,
added
let me look at it.
uh, yeah,
hmm
they added like a graphic novel that is in accordance with the canon version of Godzilla, so it's not out of canon. So
Uh-huh.
they're just basically adding a prequel to the movie, which is something I really liked. It kind of reminds me. Well, they didn't do the same thing, but it kind of reminds me what they did to the Blade Runner 2049 when they added this
Uh-huh.
sort of
Did
prequel,
they
smaller. Yeah, they
have
did
a
not make
graphic novel?
obvious.
No.
Maybe they did, but the point is that they added shorter clips, movie clips,
hmm
like sort of prequels to the story of the movie. And when I saw them, I was like, oh, I really want to see this movie. So this is a great attention grab, in my opinion.
hmm
So
hmm
you read the comic book and you're like, okay, I want to see what happens in the movie. If obviously. So I believe this kind of movement in the future will be good and
Yeah, but
more.
I've
Okay.
seen that
Yeah.
type of stuff in other media, like movies, TV shows. They do add some like extra, like either graphic novels or animations or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's true,
It's
but
not
this
the
will be like
first
a
time that
complete.
I've seen that.
It isn't, but I
hmm
think it's gonna be more detailed now. I think since they're making the whole comic book, let's say
hmm
graphic novel,
hmm
they might make it look well. So that's what I'm hoping to
Okay,
see.
cool, cool.
Yeah,
Look
and I'm
good.
gonna read it definitely, and then watch the
Okay,
movie.
then I'll steal it from you and I'll read.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go
So
back.
Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters coming in 2019. So
Mhm.
yeah, we can go to the theater if you want. I guess you'll be living in my city by then, so we can go and see it.
Could be. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
and we'll
see.
talk about it when it comes out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna come and watch the movie.
Anything else
Maybe.
about? I mean, anything else you wanted to say about this movie?
Not particular
Not
about
particular.
this
Okay.
movie. I'm just hoping it's gonna be
Okay.
very
Other
hyped and
movie
hopefully it
news?
doesn't fail.
Hopefully it doesn't fail. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hope so too. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm excited for you. I guess.
Yeah,
So
I actually wanted to ask you about,
sure.
since we are both big, huge Marvel fans. Have you had the chance to see Ant-Man and the Wasp, or have you? Do you
No,
have
I
any
haven't. I
interest in
haven't seen
watching it?
Ant-Man and the.
Mm.
I've seen Ant-Man, the first Ant-Man. It was
What did you
okay.
think about?
I liked it. I liked it. It was okay.
Mhm. I
What
haven't seen
about
the
the
first
Wasp?
one. That's why I didn't want to watch the second one, honestly.
Okay.
And then now when it came out, I was like,
When did that one come out? Is it like
very
recent?
recently, yeah,
Recently? Oh,
very
okay.
recently, yeah.
Was it in
And
theaters recently?
yeah, I guess a couple of months
Oh, we
ago.
missed it.
Uh,
Crap.
I Yeah, actually, I didn't want to see it because I
Uh-huh.
haven't seen the first part, and then you also have the connection with the Civil War,
Hmm.
and
Which I also haven't seen.
you also haven't seen. Oh my
I haven't seen Civil War yet. I'm
Yeah,
waiting. I'm
Civil
waiting for it to come out on Netflix. It's still not out.
Still not out. Okay, just tell him a note to Netflix. It comes. Yeah.
Netflix, please put Civil War out or Prime Video. Probably not Netflix
Yeah.
or HBO. Maybe HBO has it. When I get HBO for Game of Thrones, I'll probably see all the movies that they have.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, because
So.
I don't have HBO right now, so Game of Thrones, waiting for Game of Thrones.
Okay, so yeah, I've seen some great, I wouldn't say great, very good reviews, let's say. So not from the audience scores, but from the critics. So critics think it's a good movie. um I don't know, it it's watchable, it's very watchable, that's what I wanted to say. And if there are people who like to watch it and haven't seen it so far, they should maybe.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
I like the
Okay.
fun jokes. They're so different from the standard
Yeah,
Marvel
it's
movies.
kind of
So
like
serious.
yeah. It's kind of chill. It's kind of cool. They have jokes. They have stuff. That's why I liked Guardians of the Galaxy and even Deadpool. Even though Deadpool is like very weird, but yeah. I haven't. Yeah, okay. Somebody in chat distro is asking, what about the first Godzilla movie? I actually don't think I've seen the original Japanese Godzilla movie.
That's
I've
like
seen parts of it. I've
1950s
seen
or
parts
something.
of
But
it, but I don't think I've seen the original actually. So
I've seen
sorry,
some of
distro.
them. Uh, okay, 1954. So
Hmm.
yeah, maybe we should have seen it. But
Yeah, the black and white one. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I'm not
I,
sure
I
I would be
should I
able to
should see
watch it
it.
now.
Okay. I
It's
can.
just
I actually am on a kick watching black and white movies recently, so I might actually see
on
it.
Kick.
Yeah, I'm on a kick right now. I've been watching like some old movies from 1940s, like 1950s.
This Kick.
No, Becky, when you're on a kick, it means you're interested in doing something. You started doing
Oh,
something.
in a Kick. I was
Not
like,
in
I
a kick,
heard you
on a kick.
on a Kick, and I was like,
Oh
what?
my
And I thought
god,
you were on
Becky.
Kick Messenger, and I was like, how can you watch? Yeah. And
Okay,
basically people use it for other things. Okay, yeah, go back.
Here's the definition. Look it up.
Okay, thank you for the. So you're on a Kick, and
Yeah, watching black and white movies. That's it. So
which one did you see recently?
I watched an old movie with Orson Welles called The Stranger. It was on Netflix. It popped up on Netflix, so I started watching that, and I'm queuing up some other black and white movies now to watch. So yeah, I like to watch them sometimes because they are much more slower paced and much more like they take their time. They develop the story. There's like no explosion, no crazy like stuff happening, and I kind of miss that in movie making a little bit. So
So
I like
yeah,
to do that once in a while.
now that you mentioned it,
Hmm.
I was actually thinking about
Yeah.
one movie by one famous book, The Illustrated Man.
The Illustrated Man. I've never really read that
The
book.
book.
Is there a movie for that?
Yeah, there is a movie, a very old one
I
from
remember in university, like
1969.
one of
Oh my
our
god.
teachers
Yeah.
gave us part of that.
I read a
Hmm.
couple of parts, and
Hmm.
obviously I should have read the
Hmm.
whole thing. And I was like, hey, I want to read it, and then I couldn't find it for free. And then,
Okay. The
so, but
Illustrated Man. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
Stephen
if you
King. Is
like to
that
watch
Stephen
old
King?
movies, yeah, um,
No.
yeah, Ray
Oh,
Bradbury.
Ray Bradbury. Why did I think? Why did I think it was Stephen King?
I don't know. It kind of feels horrorish, but it may not be so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
uh,
why.
yeah. So it's very psychological
Hmm.
movie. So obviously, since it's probably slow paced as well, you can enjoy such movies.
Yeah,
That
sure,
movie.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did have it on my radar. I just haven't thought about it recently. So yeah, I'll take a look. Thanks for
Mm.
thanks for mentioning that.
Mm.
Anyway, any more movies, or are we done with movies?
Yeah, that's about it,
That's
really.
about it. Okay, so moving on to games, I have a little bit to talk about games. And okay, switching. Yeah, games. We are in an arcade
Yay.
now. So a couple of things happened in gaming recently. Oh, actually, before we talk about the big news, I wanted to mention something that I saw on Twitch and I was really into. It's
Tell me.
I think you can see this. Twitch plays StarCraft 2. So I mean, you've seen StarCraft
I
2
know
if you
StarCraft,
haven't
and I
played
know you
it.
like to. I know you really like to play that game.
I like to hang out on Twitch, and I accidentally stumbled onto this like Twitch channel. It's called Twitch Plays SC2. I actually am gonna link it. It's a pretty cool channel. It's a guy that made a mod for StarCraft 2, where okay, I'm linking it right here, where the chat can actually play as a commander.
You're joking,
Yeah,
really?
so basically you join the game, and then you type in like exclamation mark play, and then you can issue commands to units. You have like probes, and you can build uh there's like a bunch of commands you have to learn, but it's fun and it's not that difficult to learn the commands. You can issue commands to probes, you can build buildings, you can train armies, you can tell them where to go, where to attack. It's very weird, but it's pretty fun. It's like, I think, the next step to, you know, there's been like this Twitch plays, Twitch commands. I
Mm.
don't know. You're not into Twitch so much, so you don't know. But
No, not really. But
there's been
it's
like
fun.
this Twitch participation, viewer participation thing going on recently, and there
Mm.
were some games like marbles where you just enter the game and there's marbles rolling around and who wins or something. It's stupid, But this is like the
But it's
next level. This is where the audience really, really participates because they are actually commanding. There's like this mod, and the guy that made this made all the commands, and he's like still working out the kinks. It's still a little bit buggy,
Mhm.
but it works well, and it's a good, like, interesting group project because not only one person actually plays. Like, 4, 5, 6, 7 people can play at the same time, controlling different units, but you're in the same army and you have to work together to attack the enemy. So it's a really interesting thing. I join a game occasionally now since I've seen it. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm excited about that. So anybody who's interested in like that type of thing, this is like probably one of the most advanced Twitch participation things that I've ever seen. I guess probably there might be some other ones, but this is like, yeah, really cool.
I see.
So
Okay.
if
Yeah.
you're interested, you can try joining a game if you
I don't
if you want.
have that. Yeah. Really.
Mhm.
The only strategy game that I would really be interested in playing right now would be obviously Europa Universalis 4 or Stellaris. which the new
Stellaris,
update
yeah.
has come out for. Yeah, we're still not in the part related to games. Okay, let's just leave that.
No, we're in games. We're in games.
Oh, we're in games now. Okay.
You can see
so,
the arcade behind us.
oh yeah. Sorry. I was a little bit lost. So Stellaris.
Mhm.
How do you pronounce it really?
Stellaris, I don't know.
Yeah, they really wanted to issue a major, let's say maybe it's not major expansion, next expansion, and it's all about corporations, megacorp and stuff like that. If you are familiar with Stellaris, if you're not, then you should be. But basically,
I've never played it, but I've seen people play it.
You played similar games.
Yeah, played similar. Yeah, I played but I was never a huge fan of those types of games. Like I like them, but not hugely.
I like them because you need to stay how would I say, stay focused on the games. It's the period of hundreds of years of making decisions and day by day. So it really gets you into stuff, into something. I mean, obviously it gets boring after some time, but if you can see yourself slowly progressing, then it's nice. Also, the same thing with Europa Universalis. I started playing as Serbian. I was like, okay, I have to defend myself in order not to.
Oh, you would choose Serbia, I guess.
It's in a really bad position. I mean, I played with all other major countries. I'm not saying that Serbia is a major country in that game, but basically all other major countries. So I tried to recreate some countries. I tried to create unions and stuff like that. So I played all the major events that you can do in Europa Universalis. So not. That actually helped me become less nationalistic, which is a really good game. In the sense, really good game, definitely. If you want to waste hours and days, definitely play it.
I don't. I'm guessing I'm not so hardcore when it comes to those games. That's why I played the kiddie version of those games. That's Knights of Honor. Knights of Honor is like Europa Universalis light, basically. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Or maybe like what do you call it? That other game, Shogun.
Total War.
Total War light, I guess. Yeah. So I like that one. I don't know. I like Knights of Honor.
on the fights themselves. Yeah, obviously Knights of Honor is really easy. When you learn the mechanics, you can see that the enemies are not too difficult, and it's actually sometimes predictable. But that's good, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty predictable. Yeah.
It's simple, predictable. You don't even have to waste a lot of time. Like in an hour and a half, you can have a sort of moderately successful state. State, and it's simpler. Armies were simpler at the time. That's why I liked it. With this, with European results, it's sort of the same. But yeah, I know you love space, and that's why I wanted to recommend Stellaris. Yeah.
Stellaris, like you have like those huge armies and spaceships, and you can also control like specific battles, I think. Or no?
Yeah, you can watch battles, definitely.
You can watch. So... You don't actually issue commands or anything.
Yeah, you do. You do issue commands. You can, but I usually, when I see that I'm gonna win, I just outzoom and just focus on other things, Since
so the battles are going on in real time in Stellaris.
Yeah, in real time. It's the real time.
So you can zoom in, see what's going on, and then just go do something else.
I just do something else really
cool.
And my focus is not really that on expansion as much as exploration. And I know it sounds weird, but I was always like that as a kid. I want to do a little bit more exploration. Obviously, there are enemies there to stop me to do the exploration, but I'm always into it. Yeah. So I always explore, and I'll be honest with you, even though I've played the game many times, I still haven't. I've met Leviathan only maybe a couple of times,
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, never mind. So basically, you have these rare stuff that you meet, and sort of fallen empires. I mean, I don't even want to start a story. There are so many things here that you can do. And obviously, since you're a writer, I mean, you could sort of, by playing this game, I always felt like you could sort of get back on the track for writing.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah. I'll check it out. Maybe I might stream it or something like that if I.
Oh yeah, you should.
I get interested.
I think we can stream it together. Can we?
Can you play together with somebody else? I mean,
yeah.
You can play multiplayer?
I think so.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Online, maybe we can make a server or something. But yeah, maybe when
Stellaris,
maybe
let's see how much it costs on Steam. $39. A little bit steep.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not now, but the game offers a lot of things. So really, okay. And I'll
add it to my wish list and see maybe if it's on discount. I can buy it. Yeah, I actually decided to ban myself from buying new games because last year I've been buying about since I started streaming, I've been buying a lot of games, so I decided I'm not gonna buy any more games in the
Actually, yeah.
near future.
I was actually thinking once in my life, since they're
Mhm.
a Swedish game publisher, Paradox Interactive.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of applying for their company, is like
Okay.
asking them, can you please send me something to be a beta tester or something? But
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
you can do that. You can do
Yeah,
that. Oh, good.
they're
What's
really
going
cool.
on? We're getting cheers all day. What's happening, guys? Oh,
Yeah.
Miss
Happy Friday.
Nordic. Happy Friday. Thank you for the cheer. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. How are you? Oh my God. So what's going on with these cheers? I haven't received cheers like in who knows how much, and now today like twice. um,
Mhm.
okay, yeah. Peki. It's because of Peki. Peki is very beautiful. So like
Oh
people like
yeah,
him.
don't mind
Yeah.
me. Thank
Yeah.
God it's Friday
Thank God it's
today.
Friday, yeah. Okay, let's move on. What else did we have from the game thing? Yeah. Uh Fallout 76, there was a beta test yesterday, 2 days ago, I think.
Mhm.
Have you taken a look or no?
No, I
So yeah,
haven't.
I've seen it a little bit. I'll just share my opinion.
Mhm.
I watched a bit of this one of a couple of guys streaming. It was like only up for 4 hours. It was mostly like it was a beta test, but it was I think mainly server stress test or something like
Mhm.
that. So it was only up very shortly. But from what I've seen, like the graphics look very very nice. Like they look pretty beautiful. The the actual like gameplay looks a little bit like smoother than Fallout 4, but it's
Mhm.
very very similar to Fallout 4. What I do like is Fallout 76. Um, it's not like a wasteland like you would see a wasteland in the previous Fallouts. You
Mhm.
could see some greenery, you could see some grass growing and stuff like that, which, when you think about it, if there was a nuclear disaster, it wouldn't actually, stop the grass from growing. You can see, like, if you
Mhm.
see Chernobyl and
Yeah,
Fukushima,
actually,
you see
they
pictures from there. There's like
yeah.
lush greenery and grass and animals running around and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Mhm.
It doesn't. Maybe it would be more like that. you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's realistic that the environment is like that, but they wanted in the original one. I guess they wanted to emphasize the fact that it's a wasteland. As
Wasteland, yeah.
you remember,
But
yeah,
the
you tell me
thing,
that
the
it was
thing
inspired
is,
by the game literally called Wasteland.
Wasteland,
If
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember,
The thing is, original Fallout was in Nevada, I think.
yeah. Mhm.
Nevada or Texas or something like that. So some areas like that have very,
A little
little
greenery on their
greenery
own.
even today. So
Mhm.
that's why I guess like when they moved it to Washington, or when they moved the story to what was Fallout 4?
I haven't played it.
Uh
Chicago, no.
Maybe not Chicago. I don't remember, but some like East Coast city.
Yeah,
It
no.
it it doesn't seem realistic to have like complete wasteland. Yeah,
Uh huh.
it seems weird. So I like that. The thing that I don't like about Fallout 76 is, and I didn't know this, they announced this even before. They don't have NPCs. No NPCs
Really?
at all. The storylines are
So it is more
developing.
multiplayer focused.
It's a multiplayer focus solely. There are quests, but the quests are
Mhm.
developing through holotape. So you put the holotape in the Pip Boy.
I know, I know,
They
I
just put the
know.
holotape. They listen to the quest, and then they do the quest. And no NPCs. The only Uh,
Well, maybe they're
mhm.
testing out something. You told
No,
me.
no. I think that's the way it's gonna be. Like no NPCs aside from maybe a couple of robots you can buy stuff from and stuff like that. It's
But
it's weird.
can you actually have some companions or
How
something?
you but
No.
it's a multiplayer game, right?
Yeah.
So companions are gonna be other players. And I've seen it, like the squads look kind of cool. I mean, it's interesting. There's more survival in the game. I think there's like more like survival elements. You have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to drink water and stuff like that. It's a little bit more survivalish, which I like. I like some survival. I like 7 Days to Die. That's one of my like big games that I really like. And it does remind me of 7 Days to Die in the multiplayer aspect. So that's kind of interesting. I still am on the fence if I'm gonna buy it or not, especially because my PC might not be able to run it. So
Well, why do you think it would have more? It would have bigger requirements than the.
I've seen some minimum requirements. It's like my graphics card is not like not older generation.
It never is good enough.
It's required. It's not good enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to run it. So I don't know if I want to buy the game and then like I can return it, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So, but if I can find people to play with and like do the quests and like build settlement building, I talked to some the streamer that was playing it. He said it's settlement building is more streamlined and it's much less buggy and much less like weird than in Fallout 4. That's pretty cool. Like it does remind a little bit of GTA 5 because they have like some weird stuff, like they have poses, so you can press and the guy does this or they do this or something like that. It's kind of weird. You can take a picture. It's multiplayer focused basically.
It's nice. It's nice actually. I'm just viewing some video.
You're just watching the video now, yeah.
I was watching the first impressions video.
It looks nice. I'm a hardcore Fallout fan, so I don't like that there is no single player campaign. I might get over it if it's a fun playing experience, but I'm still on the fence about it.
Yeah, the one big issue obviously with all new games is can we run them?
That's a big issue, yeah, especially for us with older PCs.
I think the newer games are actually focusing more on multiplayer experience and sort of by trying to make the experience more, I don't know, connected. No, that's not the word.
They want to make a community, kind of like friends playing together and stuff like that. And I don't know. I still don't know if there's going to be a battle royale mode. I wouldn't be surprised. But I
still want to have a story that's progressing, even though it's very linear. I still want to have some kind of story that's sort of like
they do have a story. They do have quests, but it's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I want to, that's what I really loved about Fallout. It's going on quests and doing this, doing that. It's the same thing as with Oblivion, with the Elder Scrolls. You want to join every club, you want to join everything, you want to finish
you have like all the factions and stuff like that.
Really, I did that.
I do like what I did, and I always do that. I join all the factions and I play. I'll do all the quests up until the initiation moment. And then I go to the other faction. So I do all the maximum number of quests for all the factions, and then finally, just before initiation, I choose the faction. Sorry?
Yeah, you're so mean. They're happy, like, oh, we will get this guy.
Yeah. And then I like, okay, let's see this other faction, and then you can go up in the quest line very far, and usually, at the very end, you have to choose. At the very maybe last couple of quests, then you have to choose which ones you want to join. But in most of those games, you can do like a lot of quests for each faction, I think. Yeah. So yeah, Fallout kind of like that as well. Anyway, we will see what the deal is. I am a little bit disappointed, but a little bit interested too. I don't know how to explain it.
So will you be able to sort of create clan or something. I mean, sure,
I'm
multiplayer
sure there
would be
will
like
be.
the
Yeah.
president of this local clan. Can you sort of claim the part of the territory? That would be nice, but I'm not sure it could
I
be.
don't know what what type of system they implemented about griefing, about destroying bases and stuff. And I don't know if you can destroy the bases another player builds. Maybe you can't
Yeah,
even destroy them,
a
so
good
that's why.
point.
Because I could see like in the gameplay a lot of people were building bases everywhere. They were just running around and they would just like, oh, let's build a base here. They built like a bed, they built like a cooking station, they put down stuff, build a house quickly, and I don't know if other players can actually destroy that or scrap that or what's going on with that. I'm not sure about that part. So yeah, we'll see. But I know the PvP part of the game. I don't know if you've read about it, but you can't actually kill somebody easily. You have to like shoot them and challenge them, and then they have to shoot you back, and then you have a challenge. Because when you shoot them the first time, it doesn't do a lot of damage. It does a very minuscule amount of damage. And then if they shoot you back, then you have like full damage, and then you can actually fight each other. That's like challenge accepted kind of thing.
Challenge that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
So basically, the next time you shoot them, you will not deal them a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So that means you probably have to stalk them for like 10 minutes in order to kill someone.
Yeah. You can kill somebody, but you really have to be persistent. You really have to like hack at them, and finally you can kill them. And then also, if you manage to kill them, you're branded like murder.
Killer.
You have like a bounty on your head or something like that. And other players
that's
can,
cool.
can actually kill you freely.
So there is no.
So that's an interesting mechanic there.
I like it. I like it really. For now, at least, I think it's mostly fair since I'm not a good player.
Yeah, I remember days of Minecraft when we played Minecraft and you spawn and they just camp you.
They hack me, Yeah. I really hated that. They actually reduced our claim to the. That's why I asked. Because we played together, they actually reduced the claim of our whatever we had claimed, our base, and then sort of we lost the base. But there were also some kind of hackers, those whether they were kids or not.
So Minecraft was full of that stuff like that. Yeah, I guess so.
So that was a problem. I mean, maybe there will be hackers here as well, but they shouldn't have been able to first of all enter our base, let alone act like that. But it's okay. And I didn't want to let them.
You're still salty about that. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, like our base when we used to play Minecraft was completely griefed and destroyed, even though they. I'm
not mad. I just don't want to. I wanted the thing
just explain what you're talking about.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. So basically, I made some things there that maybe I wanted to come back to, but then the owner, who is my friend, who is the third friend of ours, he sort of gave up a little bit on the base and just made something new. And I don't know what that's the thing, you invest yourself in the game. Maybe that's what they're focused on. What they're trying to focus on here, that you will invest yourself a lot, and that's the whole point. Obviously eventually it's all about the money
stuff for a stupid reason. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Anti-griefing measures, I like that. Like to a point, of course. A little bit of it can be fun, so I think they that system can work out really well in Fallout. We'll see. Another game that I wanted. Did you have anything more to say about Fallout?
No. I'm just watching the part about griefing now. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Another game I wanted to talk about, and this dropped yesterday or today. I'm not sure. Red Dead Redemption 2. We talked about it last time. Have you seen any gameplay?
No.
It looks fucking sick. It looks really good. Like the storylines look interesting. There's always like stories going on, and even side quests are cool. The characters they animated perfectly. Like I watched a stream this morning a little bit. There was a guy who he was running around a town, and the town was like in the middle of the town. The road was mud basically, and then the guy was running around and like stepping on the mud, and the mud was like slishing everywhere and
Oh my
like
god, I'm just looking
flashing
at
and
live
stuff like that.
streaming now. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing now. So
It
some guy
looks
is.
it looks really good.
How did they do
The
this? Like,
quests, all of the quests I've seen people play are super interesting. Not like nothing is like just a fetch quest. Like or if it is a fetch quest, it's like they make it interesting. They make it fun. I'm like super sad I can't play this game.
they
I'm
are riding a carriage now, okay?
carriage. Yeah, you can ride carriages,
And then it's
horses. Yeah.
raining, so
Hmm.
there is mud. Obviously, left
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
them is there's a trail, but there is mud on the wheels, and it's changing. And it's why? How did they
It's
do
good.
that?
It's
Like,
animated
it's
like
really cool.
really
Like,
well. Like I'm super excited just for the animation, but like, the storylines also seem interesting. The as far as I've seen, uh, the reactions of the people in the world are really cool. Like the
mm,
whole like voice acting sounds also like on a really high level. So yeah, I'm super excited about a game I'm never gonna play, or at least for in a couple of for a couple of years. So yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
we'll see. I guess
mhm.
there's so much detail, and the mud is still there.
Yeah,
So
I told you. Like
it's
it looks
even in the
very, very
cutscenes,
realistic. Yeah.
it's just wow. I haven't expected to see
I
this
told you,
movie.
yeah. I told you. I got you interested now. Let's chip in
Yeah,
and buy an
how
Xbox
much does it
or a
cost? Like,
PlayStation. I don't know.
oh, PlayStation.
When
Oh
you
yes,
come
it's on
to my
PlayStation.
city, we can play together.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm kidding.
once I win the lottery, definitely I'm gonna buy a PlayStation 4 and a huge
I don't know
TV.
how much does a PlayStation 4 cost?
$400.
Not that expensive. I mean, too expensive for me to just spend for one game. But
Yeah, that's like half your salary.
if I
I'm joking.
were, I'm really, if I were
Not really.
planning to play
Oh, there
other
is slow
games, I
motion thing.
guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
there's I don't know. I didn't quite get the slow motion part, but yeah. Anyway, cool looking
Yeah.
game. Really well designed. Really like the quests look awesome. I think that's the winner
Mm.
this year. That's gonna be the winner definitely. And I think Fallout 76 is not gonna be up to par with this. Although
Most probably not. Now that
it's
there's.
not in the same category, but
Yeah,
I
but I
think
still prefer Fallout
Mhm.
to the. I'm a huge fan of Fallout series,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
would still say that this is better, really. So
yeah.
even as a huge fan of Fallout, and you are a huge fan of Fallout, I would still say this is
Looks
something
much
that
better.
doesn't
Yeah.
come out every year. So, and as you said,
When
with
we
all the
finish
details
the
and stuff.
stream, I think I can see every law is streaming. I'm gonna go there and watch it.
I'm
Okay.
watching it now.
Anyway, that's it for the games. You got anything else to say about the games?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a little bit of books. Not much about books. I'm just updating you on what I'm reading. I'm reading. I kept reading The Stand by Stephen King. It's good. It's like, of course, the thing that I'm not super excited by is The Stand. I wasn't expecting supernatural elements, but
Mhm.
I was reading Stephen King. What was I expecting? There's supernatural stuff. There's some psychic stuff, and like you know, to like there's some crazy boogeyman that appears in their dreams, and like Freddy Krueger stuff kind of stuff. I know it's weird. It's weird. I'm still liking it, but I was like the story has taken a turn I wasn't expecting. Like completely left field. I still think its story is gonna like end up in a similar way as I thought, but adding supernatural elements. So yeah, just wanted to update you on that. What are you reading? Are you reading anything?
I'm actually on Robots of Dawn.
Robots of Dawn.
So yeah, I'm continuing with the original
Yeah, that's
uh,
where they go on this
trilogy.
planet where there's like 100 robots for one person, and they are like, right?
Don't spoil it for me. Like yeah, he goes back to.
Sorry.
I'm joking. Yeah, so he goes to Aurora, Elijah Bailey,
Aurora, yes. I
the
remember that.
detective.
That's the one that I remember the best, I think.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
preferred the first one and the second one. So I'll see. For
Mhm.
now, this third one seems, it seems good. But
This
we'll see.
one,
We'll see.
I don't know if I want to tell you or spoil it. This one
Don't tell me.
does
Just
tie into Empire a little bit, I think.
what do you mean? It tries to end the story.
No. It does tie into the Empire part in a
Oh,
way.
okay.
In a way.
Yeah. Okay, that's
I'm not
I,
gonna.
actually,
Yeah.
I know what you're
Mhm.
referring to, and they actually gave a hint of that at the end of the second book, and I believe even in the first book, the Caves of Steel, they actually mentioned that, just not to say the final revelation, but the final change in the thought of Elijah is that, and then it's sort of built up in the second
Oh
book,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
think in
yeah.
the third one they will sort of
Yes.
push it. So I do know what it's
Yes.
all
Okay.
about.
Okay. So yeah, it's not like I don't
it's-
remember. I don't remember the details because I read it like 20 years ago, probably.
Mhm.
I don't know, a long time ago I read it, but yeah, does tie into. Now that I read, I hadn't read the Foundation back then or Empire or any of the other books. So now that I read the other books, I can see the connection. When I think about it, when I remember. So yeah, a lot of those books are connected. In like Asimov really thought about
he really
connecting
paid attention to focusing on details.
the
so
larger
that's
universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. What else was I reading? I was reading that. I started reading a Japanese like classical novel called Bochan.
Bochan,
It's
I'm
a
not
kind of
sure.
satirical novel about Japanese society and like in general like themes of morality and what's good and what's not, and those type of like adult, like growing up and adolescence and stuff like that. It's weird, but it's interesting. I liked it. I started reading it recently. So yeah, nothing else about the books. Not much to talk about, I guess. So yeah, I think it would be a good idea to have like weekly book kind of book club where we decide to read the same book. We might want to do that. What do you think about that? In the
Which
future?
same book? Yeah.
Well, we can choose. We can find some interesting books and
Yeah.
choose a book and start reading it.
Let me see.
1 week and then maybe next week discuss it or something like that.
Yeah, maybe it will need. Okay, maybe in a week I would be able to do it.
Or
Just
listen to the audiobook, even better, I think.
Yeah,
right.
That's what I do. I haven't actually been reading it.
Me too.
That's what you all thought.
Yes.
Like, okay, so now I'm still in this universe of Asimov's robots.
That's a thought for the future of the podcast, so we could like discuss more in depth when it comes to some.
If a new book comes out, really, some book that we really want to read,
sci-fi or something
you perhaps wanna help me make my book a little bit more.
Yeah, but we can't do that on the podcast.
I know. That's we shouldn't do that. But yeah, when it comes to books, definitely. If we find something cool, I'm up for it.
Okay, really. Yeah. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it. That's just an idea I had. We'll think about it. We'll discuss it in private. We don't have to. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I think we are done for today, right?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
I think we are done for today. We discussed a bunch of topics. It was, I think better than last time because of the audio. Thank you so much for everybody watching. Thank you so much for Moriarty. Thank you for the cheer, and Miss Nordig. Thank you so much. Always. You guys are awesome. And thank you for all the listeners, future listeners. We're gonna be uploading these relatively soon. So I'm. Should I? Can we find a link for our YouTube channel?
Yeah, you should find it somewhere.
So let's see, YouTube channel. There it is. So this is the link to our YouTube channel. I think it should be a good link. So if you want to subscribe there, we're going to be uploading all the podcasts there very soon. And of course, in the future, we're going to have podcasts on the Google Play and hopefully iTunes. I don't know what it takes to get them on iTunes and Google Play. I don't know if it's that easy, but we are going to do our best to do that. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Have an awesome day, evening, week, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, everyone, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.